Yeah, I mean, especially as you mentioned, as in, yeah, where every 2 seconds you're like, beep, 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 boom. I mean, at some point there's some PTSD coming in there for dealing with that, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so I think we're loading into Hollywood, unless I was completely wrong. We are in Hollywood.
We are indeed on Hollywood. I'm in the movie theater, you can see the posters. The movie starring Diva, the various different bot posters.
Do you see the Six Gun Killer? Do you remember a horror movie franchise called Puppet Master?
It kind of rings about. I couldn't
Vaguely.
name anything specific, but I feel like I've heard about it.
There was a puppet who had like 6 arms and had 6 shooters, so I wonder if that's kind of an homage to that.
I wonder if they're both referencing something else, like an original sourcing. It strikes me as like we're talking about parody here, and maybe the other thing was a parody,
Possibly.
of like something else.
Puppet Master
That's
was like-
my guess. That we just might not be cultured enough to recognize
Yeah,
it.
Puppet Master was like 80s though. I was really into horror movies as a child, which explains a lot about my
Yeah, no,
personality.
actually, horror movies as a kid was things you weren't supposed to watch, but you know, you had your one friend that had the lax parents that let him watch it anyway, so you went over to his place to watch it. That was sort of my thing.
Yeah,
But-
I was that friend.
So looking at the defense here, for SG-1 is up. We got Hawks on Reinhardt, Zappis on Zenyatta, Himsy on the Symmetra, Saita on Lucio, Pumpu on McCree, and Mafu rounding things out on the Reaper.
Offensively, we have double orb coming out. Mufu and Cooler will be on the Zenyatta's. Forsaken will add the 6th element here as the Widowmaker. Shark will be playing the Symmetra, making everything go. Cypher, of course, on Tracer, and Shadowburn will rock Genji.
Yep, Shadowburn very comfortable on the Genji. In fact, I wonder if the health change is causing him to play Genji a little bit more, since he wasn't playing it as much last week that we saw him, but of course we had balance changes since then, so maybe he likes Genji more now that even though his damage is nerfed, he's a little bit tankier. Hard to say.
Yeah, Shadowburn had been playing Pharah on that style in the meta, a former Team Fortress roaming soldier, so his Pharah play is up there.
Pumpu getting it first play of the game on the Shadowburn, fans the hammer, takes Shadowburn out. Here comes Mafu, takes out Shark as well. So, a little bit back and forth kill-wise, as Forsaken now still in the back, still looking for potential kills here.
Yeah, I mean, kind of really shut down. This composition needs to be getting first kills and second kills to really be effective. Shadowburn's kind of playing around at this gateway here, playing with fire, as it were.
Yeah, Shadowburn's getting in there, getting some poke, but has to be careful because he does have that Discord Orb on him, and even when you have the Harmony Orb on you, Discord Orb can really ruin your day in a hurry. But with Genji's improved health, it's not... I feel like he can live a little bit more with Discord on him. Meanwhile, Mafu able to take out Cypher. Mafu, though, may have his hands full with Shadowburn in the back, but no, support comes in. Himsy takes out Shadowburn from behind, and... So far, the SG-1 defense has looked incredibly solid here on Hollywood.
Yeah, Mafu with a great play there. They tried to corner him. They put the Genji on him and the Tracer on him. He was able to eliminate the Tracer very quickly. I think it was a headshot, one shot, and then was able to get some reinforcements from his team and not go down to the Genji. Really nicely played by Mafu.
So, taking a look here, we got Cypher on the way back in, does have the orb. Lands the stick on the Reinhardt. Forsaken picks off Lucio. Reinhardt's still alive after that stick. There wasn't enough damage to finish him off just yet. I'm not sure if he's been healed up or if he's going to get healed up. But we do have an offensive Transcendence coming in. Zappis goes down. And now this push for Quake Fortress looking pretty good. Cypher and Shadowburn adding onto it. 4 kills total now. We do see Hawks with a little bit of blowback, able to pin Cypher. But the kill feed is entirely red as Shadowburn and Forsaken combine for a whole ton of kills on this attack.
Yeah, teleporter went down. I'm not seeing it on my screen necessarily. I think it might have been offensive, which...
It is an offensive teleport. It's in the back hole just in case that the people are coming in off a defensive teleporter.
Okay. So, I mean...
On one hand, you could say it's wasted, but on the other hand, I feel like it's kind of smart. They didn't know if there was, you know, a huge wave of reinforcements coming in or not.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think some people would have held that and just kind of gotten greedy and hoped to use it again later in Hollywood, but I think maybe he also thinks that he can charge his ultimate up again and get another teleporter up, and he can, yeah, perhaps wasted, perhaps not.
Yep, so taking a look here, we see Forsaken coming in on top of the building now, looking for a moment of his. New teleport is coming down from Shark,
Wow.
but Mafu with the triple Death Blossom just says absolutely no to that.
Yeah, that's one way to shut down, but now, actually, yeah, the offensive teleporter is in the second stage, gets taken, well, not taken out, it's a fight over the
No,
tele.
it's down. Shadowburn is able to come in with the Dragon Blade, is taken out immediately. Pumpu and Hawks combine for 2 extra kills. And really just a good turnaround here for SG-1.
Yeah, they've stabilized Pumpu with a couple good kills here. They need to kind of really just regroup here on the offense. They have people down. Forsaken's still on the Widow, which I think is smart. Not the best angles on offensive Widow here, but he's proven that he's getting kills on it, which is all that really counts.
Yeah, he's been getting kills. He hasn't gone absolutely crazy, but just as I said, that a nice flick shot on the Zappos takes him out. He's looking for a little bit more here. Takes out Mafu. I think he heard my commentary that he wasn't going crazy, and I was like, look, you want to see crazy? Let me show you crazy. He's going to get the Tracer for the triple kill. No, does not get the Tracer. Was looking for it, missed it, but still putting pressure on her. Cypher going over the help now, and Forsaken still not done yet. Still looking for that kill. We'll go down to Cypher instead. And meanwhile, Quake Fortress now getting quite a bit of payload push.
Yeah, I mean, those couple picks were great. They got optical vision up too, so that everyone has kind of the fear in them.
Forsaken not something there. Takes out Pumpu.
Yep, this has been Forsaken's stage. I mean, just as we're talking about him on Widowmaker, he starts going crazy. Shadowburn actually contributing as well, and they're almost unopposed to the
Well, that's a
second
triple
point.
kill now for Shadowburn in the backline. He's fueled by the Symmetra and the Zenyatta. He is just going crazy in the backline. Gets another kill on the Pumpu, a nice reflect. And now we're going to see Dragon Blade coming up for Shadowburn. Shadowburn has no limiter, but maybe he should have as he goes down in a 2v1 in the end. But still good stuff coming out of Shadowburn.
Yeah, very nice play from Shadow there. Cypher is actually getting in on the action too. They got both of the Transcendents offensively up right now. Himsy's going to be trying to get in to disrupt that with his Pulse Bomb, but if they want to stagger these into a really prolonged push, they can. Forsaken getting another 2 kills.
Yeah, Forsaken, no one can hide from his sights as it turns out. We've seen Widow do a lot of work on Last Point Hollywood. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen it because a lot of times he's been getting stuck before this last push, but here we go, last push in for Quake Fortress. They're trying to set a good time in Hollywood, and I do believe we're going to see some Transcendents sooner rather than later here, and there's the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a Pulse Bomb in that kind of kicked that off.
We see a defensive Transcendence coming out. We might see another offensive Transcendence coming out in just a moment. There's so much Zen going on here. Meanwhile, though, Zappos able to get some work done, gets a kill with Pumpu. 2 down now for Quake Fortress side. Make it 3, but Cypher and Forsaken coming right back.
Yeah, they're the only 2 alive, though, so I think they're going to have to hold back on this push, maybe clean up a couple more kills. There is a kill on Shadow.
Cypher's actually going back to the payload. He's just going to push it. He doesn't care. There's enough people dead here that he's made happen. He gets a stick on the Zenyatta.
Nice.
Cypher getting a lot of valuable push. I don't think he's going to be able to cap it out, but look at where he brought the payload to.
Yeah, and with that mobility, I mean, really kind of abusing Tracer's ability to manipulate objectives safely.
Yep, Cypher does eventually go down. Shadowburn was in there trying to help out. Will go down as well. So look at this offensive teleport, though. It's in a sneaky position. Cypher's already back in the fight. We're going to see Shadowburn back in the fight shortly. So the teleport is really going to help Quake Fortress keep the offensive pressure up.
Yeah, super aggressive teleporter, and it's actually kind of in a very cool spot. They're not necessarily going to be hunting directly there. It's kind of hard to get to. Not much that goes on in that back room.
Meanwhile, Shadowburn does have Dragon Blade up. I was going to say Genji Blade. I mean, I guess it kind of fits, but he's going to get taken out by Zappos. Zappos deflecting right back onto him, so it's a good play from Zappos here. Zappos starting to come alive in the end. Well, back and forth between both teams. 4v4 effectively right now. Cypher picks up a kill. Zappos and Mafu, though, are going to clean this up, and this is going to be in favor of SG-1. So, Quake Fortress, again, they were very close to saying a very strong time. Now, SG-1 able to delay this out a bit and make things perhaps a little bit more bearable on their attack run.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering why they were still poking there when the push was essentially stalled out, but they did force out defensive sound barrier earlier. Forsaken gets a pick, and now it seems like they're just kind of put together a fight and a scrappy nature here.
Yeah, this is 65 fair at Quake Fortress. Now it's a 6v4. That's a big pick from Forsaken. Dragon Blade gonna come down. Dragon Blade down for both teams here. Zappos in the back, but he's gonna go down the cooler. That is a full team wipe in favor of Quake Fortress. Brought on by the 2 picks from Forsaken, and now Quake Fortress very likely to complete the map. There it is. And yeah, nice stuff kind of for Quake Fortress towards the end. We saw some good SG-1 defense, able to delay it for a bit, but the end result is a fast time being set in Hollywood.
Yeah, it was actually really cool there towards the end as Shadowburn and Cypher remained in even though the push was essentially over. They just caused chaos in the backline, didn't let the defense kind of reset up. Forsaken's able to take advantage of that chaos they're causing and get a couple picks. And then they just kind of put together a push just out of nowhere. They weren't really together at that point in time, but then a couple picks, everyone gets up, and there you go. There's the final push at a match time of 7-11.
Yep, so good stuff coming up from Quake Fortress to round out our map of Hollywood. That is our second map, so Quake Fortress going to win it. Or, what am I saying? We still have one side left to go.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind today.
It's okay, man. We've been casting for like 14 days straight. It's only Overwatch for us, and I understand. I'm there for you if you need me.
Indeed. So,
I really like the Widow in that composition if your Widow can be doing a fair amount of work. Now, I mean, that sounds reductive, but how it works out, in my opinion, is you get your Tracers and Genjis in there, and so people are trying to avoid sight lines, but you can't both avoid sight lines and a Tracer and a Genji. They kind of make chaos. They push you into weird positions that you don't want to be in because you have to avoid them and take the fight to them, and then the Widow can just clean you up because you can't really deal with both of them at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's really it's hard to deal with in general because yeah, you do have those two people in your back lines, but if you're dealing with them and dealing, going, okay, there's Tristan back, we have to keep an eye on it. But then you have a Widow coming up the front, eventually something is going to get you.
Right. It's just you can't avoid sight lines and try to fight a Tracer at the same time. I mean, it's just impossible to do. So it looks like, at least on offense, we are going to see the double orb composition again, a mirror from the earlier Quake Fortress offense. Mafu this time is going to be playing that Widow, which we were just speaking about. Neither team really preferring to run the double Tracer, which is something we saw yesterday, definitely favored at least on King of the Hill maps. So it is a standard double orb composition coming out on defense, with Forsaken actually taking the 6th role and being Lucio instead of being that offensive Widowmaker. So very interesting stuff coming out, especially on defense, because usually you see a more standard defense on Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, often one thing that seems to be falling out there a little bit in Hollywood is the classic double builder defense. We used to see that all the time where you see Torbjorn and Symmetra, and not so much anymore. Take a look at the offense for SG-1. We got Hawks on Zenyatta, Mafu on Widowmaker, Himsy on Tracer, Punpu on a second Zenyatta, Zappis on Genji, and Seda on the Symmetra, so double orb all the way for SG-1.
Yeah, the double orb defense coming out from Cooler and Mufu on Zenyatta. Cypher, of course, will be on Tracer. Forsaken, like I mentioned, running that Lucio. Shark will be Symmetra, and Shadowburn on Genji.
Timer said it was 7:11, and we are going forward here, 7:10 now, and the timer just froze, so that's weird.
What a convenient time.
Yeah, 7:10, it was 7:11, I mean. That pun was great. The point that almost went on. So, we are getting in here, MZ getting deep into the back. Timer is reset. Here we go. So Mafu right now looking for those early picks. So far a bloodless beginning to the game. But that can change very, very rapidly, especially when a Widowmaker is involved.
Yeah, and they're kind of waiting for that Widow pick, but Cypher takes on Himsy early. That can really stall out an offensive push to not have your Tracer being diving the backline.
Yeah, once Tracer goes down, it can be a little bit rough for the offense. Right now, Mafu has the Genji chasing him, is a bit in trouble here. Has to back up a bit. Seda able to take out Shadowburn, though, so a little bit of back and forth between both teams. Cypher takes out Zappis. Mafu with the pick on Cypher, so both teams down some key players as they move forward. But look at this, Mafu right now, way open the snipe, has open sight lines, and everyone on the Quake Fortress side sort of has to run out of his way.
Yeah, Himsy with a couple big picks. They're taking out the supports.
That was a great pulse bomb from Himsy. It was a double bomb, as it were. And now we're seeing some really nice push in from the SG-1 side.
Yeah, they're trying to sustain in this fight, and it looks like they're going to be in pretty good position to do so. The no teleporter up for defense, no reinforcements coming in, and that is very quick first point cap.
Yep, they're going to get into the streets phase with all the haste in the world. They have about 5 minutes, 45 seconds left to complete this map, and yeah, we'll see if they can do it.
So now we're going to have Widow v Widow battle, Forsaken on Widow and Mafu on Widow, and we've seen this really kind of determine the momentum of the Streets phase.
Yeah, the Streets phase, oftentimes, if you're on offense, you just want to get established on the Streets phase early. You don't want to let the defense set up, if at all possible. Mufu is able to kill Himsy early on, though, and we see right now that roof control very much paramount towards Quake Fortress. Teams often playing back and forth. Zapp is able to take out Cypher, though, so I'd say it's 5v5, but really the dead Tracer on SG-1 and Himsy is going to be back up soon. So, we see Shadowburn and Zappis fighting out on top of the roof, and here comes a Shadow Blade from Shadowburn. Shadowburn able to get in on the Mafu with the help of Forsaken. Will end up going back out. Maybe he gets a Zenyatta kill, but not the biggest Shadow Blade coming out from Shadowburn.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose his Genji Dragon Blade is going to be the Shadow Blade.
Look at Cypher, though, able to get an extra 2 kills on top of that. SG-1 has been moving the payload, but it probably hasn't been the absolute speed that they want here. But I can't say enough about Cypher. Cypher's been getting good cleanup after good cleanup so far in this game.
Yeah, I think that we haven't really seen Mafu get a ton of value yet, and then, of course, takes down Symmetra just as I say that, so that is one pick coming out from him. I haven't seen Forsaken, excuse me, Forsaken and him really square off yet.
Yeah, Mafu able to get pick as Widow. That is 65 now in favor of SG-1. As they're desperately trying to get through this phase as quick as they can. Meanwhile, Cypher not really going too deep with his Tracer, being a little bit more disciplined. I think he might be setting up for a big Pulse Bomb here, though, Hex. Going in on Mafu first. Pulse Bomb going on Mafu. He's going just for the Widow here. That went more for the other side of things. Meanwhile, we have Dragon Blade coming from Zappas. Zappas in the back. 2 kills now for the offense as they move forward. And this is looking a lot better for SG-1.
Yeah, looking pretty nice for them as there are 4 now down on the defense, and it's been Mafu actually kind of driving this here. Forsaken was never able to get in good position on the roof. He was kind of poked out almost in a Widow fight as she was shooting to the area that he wanted to be in before he was there, and then got pushed off by the Genji.
Well, the interesting thing there, too, is that Mafu was able to stay alive versus Cypher. I thought Cypher was going to pulse bomb the group and then go for the Widow, but he used everything on the Widow, and he wasn't able to take her out. So, a little bit of a fortunate result there, and see SG-1 gang to the next checkpoint. They now have about 3 minutes left to complete the map. This is very, very good for them. This gives them plenty of time, and we'll see if the sniper of Mafu now can open the way.
Yeah, they're really prioritizing taking down Forsaken on the sniper, so much so that he has to be considering switching off of it. Not only is he in Mafu's first target, but they're sending their Genji after him too, and he's had a rough couple minutes of it.
Definitely has. We see Tracer now trying to dodge the fire. Forsaken and Mafu taking shots at each other as the limo moves forward, and this is where Quake Fortress has to be really careful. I mean, if things go badly for them here. Meanwhile, we have Shadowbird coming in off the Dragon Blade with Cypher's help. The two combining for a full team wipe. Blink and you miss it. Wow.
Forsaken got a pick there, then we got both of the flankers in to clean up.
Yeah, it was both Dragon Blade and Pulse Bomb that just together absolutely wreaked havoc on the SG-1 side and worked for a full team wipe. Meanwhile, Zappas right now is going to get taken out by Shadowbird. Shadowbird and Hop pursuit off them. Look at this. Everyone coming in off of what I think was an offensive teleporter. SG-1 getting back in right away and putting Quake Fortress a bit on their heels.
Yeah, they had no idea that teleporter existed. Cypher was actually spawn camping outside of the other spawn.
And meanwhile, we have a Trend Sense coming out for the defense. Defense trying to push in. Cypher and Zappas trading out kills. 5v5 by the limo. Cypher able to take out Pumpu, making a lot of momentum happen. But meanwhile, on the other side, multiple people on Quake Fortress going down. However, looks like the momentum's still going to go in favor of Quake Fortress as they push this back. And Cypher able to finish off the kill on Zeta.
We got defensive teleporter coming down here too. I mean, of course, it's not the biggest walk, but any little bit helps. Why not use it if you're running a Symmetra on defense anyway? Zappas takes on Forsaken again now that Widow is down. They aren't running their own offensive Widow as there is a switch. Mafu now on Roadhog.
Take a look at this. Cypher now in great position for a Pulse Bomb. He's going to blink in. Here comes the Pulse Bomb. Pulse Bomb is dropped. Will it connect? No! Comes close to killing Hawk's out right though. Hawks will go down to the extra fire. Meanwhile, taking a look at Zappas. Zappas with the Dragon Blade, trying to get value in the back. We'll take out Mufu, but the rest of the defense is holding strong. In fact, he will go down the Shark. So, not the worst initiation, but just does not work out for SG-1. Meanwhile, time-wise, they only have about 1:10 left here.
Yeah, Mafu got absolutely cyber-bullied in the back line. It's really tough running a single tank in this composition, too, because he had both Tracer and Genji on him. He was just flailing in circles, trying to do his best. Eventually got poked down.
Take a look at Mafu now. Mafu on the Roadhog, looking for some picks. Himsy able to take out Coolers, so 5v5 now as Shadowburn strikes right back on the Pumpu. Shark takes out Himsy, and now, again, Quake Fortress in the advantage as we move forward. Offensive Transcendence is out, though. Mafu not able to connect with any of these hooks just yet, and he will go down to Cypher. So right now, very, very close to game, or time being called. 35 seconds left in this game. In fact, they're saying GG right now. Their early concede is out from SG-1.
Yeah, not a ton of time left, and with both your Zenyatas down, they don't really have the mobility to get back in this fight and stall it out much longer, so calling GG's early. That is going to be map 4, Quake Fortress.
Yep, that'll be map and set for Quake Fortress. Good stuff coming out from them on both Kings Row and now Hollywood. They will add to their total in our Game On Overwatch arena, so congrats to them.
Yeah, so they've won 2 of their sets out of the 3 that they've played so far. So far, a pretty good showing from Quake Fortress. I mean, everyone's so close in this right now, but next we get to see it's got to be the early favorite for any time they play Overwatch ever. IDDQD versus Flat Earth coming up.
Yeah, but Flat Earth, it's one of those things where, yes, IDDQD is by default the team that you are going to be favoring. But hey, you know, Flat Earth has been leveling up as time goes on. We've seen really good things out of them. So, And especially with the format of this tournament, you can force IDDQD on the maps that they might not like as much.
Like Nepal.
I give Flat Earth a punch a chance. I do think ban-wise, though, that one of the bands IDDQD comes out might just be Nepal, regardless of them saying that they don't think it's a weak map for them or not. I don't actually believe them when they say that. I think they are going to just...
Well, I mean, they're just wrong when they say that. There's no two ways about it. You can blame a different, like, oh, it was our comp, it was this, it was that. It doesn't matter. They lost Nepal. They've lost Nepal like the last 3 times they played it. It's the only map they lose, but they do lose Nepal. Yeah, and I didn't mean to disparage Flat Earth at all. Outside of IDDQD, I think they're the best team in this bracket, and I think they're the team in this tournament with the best chance to take down IDDQD, if anyone. Of course, this tournament I'm referring to is Game On Overwatch Arena. If you want to throw down and put $1 into the prize pool, we have a link for you. It is bit.ly/OW Arena, and our code is Game On. That adds $1 to the prize pool, goes directly to the players. If you haven't done so, I would urge you to do so now. And yeah, let's get the cash going. But this is a very long event. We'll be here today, we'll be here tomorrow, and then also next week. So this is an ongoing round robin, so you have a chance to do it. But if you haven't done it, please visit our Matcherino page now.